A recently completed audit of the City of Tulsa shows a majority of city services are not considered core functions, and dozens of employees could possibly be laid off or moved around or shifted around to other departments. Mayor Bartlett's chief of staff says 61% of current city services aren't required by law or ordinance. Well, the audience finding the city provides more than 1,500 distinct different services that cost about $420 million a year. Now, City Auditor Preston Doerflinger saying reorganization is more likely to shift employees rather than, force people out of their jobs. Joining us this morning with some details on this is the Mayor, Dewey Bartlett, and City Auditor Preston Doerflinger. We appreciate it very much. Mr. Mayor, coming out of this audit, which I'm calling an audit and you're calling something else?
Efficiency study.
Okay. Well, that's interesting you call it an efficiency study, because I was going to say, is this more about doing jobs better or cutting costs, or do they go hand in hand?
They go hand in hand, but the focus is not layoffs. The focus is finding a better way to run our business, so to speak, to run our government. We have 20 different departments, and each one has been doing the same thing for about the past 20 to 30 years, with the exception of one or two. So we needed to find a way to live within our means. We started this whole process 3 days after I was sworn in office, and we now have a roadmap that can give us a way to make the city run much, much better and still live within our own means.
Preston, this was donated, the cost of this, I guess about $450,000 donated with private funds to pay for this. You've got your hands on it now. How many recommendations are made, and how many are you taking a serious look at right now?
There are approximately 1,100 opportunities, as we're describing.
That's a lot. I mean, that's a lot of stuff to look at.
Contained within the report. What has happened is the steering committee and the administration have identified 21 out of that 1,100 that we are initially going to prioritize even within that, to determine which ones we begin to implement first. That's not to say that there won't be movement on those other 1,100. You will see departments take the report. Police, for example, has already, Chief Jordan has already sat down with his deputies, and they're going to begin to evaluate things that they can go ahead and start. So it's not like we won't see traction on other opportunities, but we will begin on those first 21 that have been identified.
Mr. Mayor, it seems the City Council obviously is going to weigh in on this. And while you may have your 21 priorities, they may come up with 21 of their own. How do you see this moving forward with this relationship where it has been, you say one thing, they say another thing? So where are you going to, are you confident you're going to find some common ground with the council on this?
Absolutely. We had a joint meeting a few days ago with the City Council when we announced the report, and the first thing out of my mouth, I made a statement. I said, this is the opportunity that we now have to have common ground in order to have a beginning of a much better relationship. This is where we're going to start. I mean, it makes such great sense. City Council is given the responsibility of overseeing and passing a budget every year. I'm given the responsibility of managing the budget and the policies that come around. So this is an area where we can truly come together.
I hope so. Jack Henderson said, boy, when people see this, to paraphrase, he said, all heck's going to break loose. So I hope you're right about that. If, in fact, you can find the common ground, Preston, when would Tulsans be able to start seeing this actually implemented? You said fairly quickly, but I mean where we're really seeing cost savings.
Well, we have started this week.
Okay.
As soon as we got the report fully in hand and went to work Wednesday on establishing the infrastructure of the office. Once we kind of have that in place, over the next 1 to 3 months, we'll be going through that process of prioritizing, and really towards the end of this calendar year, we should be seeing some items implemented. Okay,
first of the year, the mayor is saying, hey, the council and I are going to make it happen this time around.
Absolutely. This is not a problem. It really is. I mean, this is the kind of thing we really do and will agree on.
Good.